As many of you may know, the new Captain America movie is going to be coming out. Well, it already has come out, but I'm going to go be seeing it quite soon in the next few days. However, I wanted to give my pre movie review thoughts on what I think about the movie based on two things. The first thing just being public opinion about the movie based off of the trailers, and the second being all the rumors and everything, as well as a little bit of smidge, like not spoilers, but certain things that have been discussed about the movie after its release, but before I've seen it. So this is like a pre-review review. Um, so the first and like the elephant in the room, I guess the Hulk in the room, is the fact that Harrison Ford turns into Red Hulk in the movie. That's like something really big in all the trailers and the promotional marketing material. That's a big deal, right? Because Hulk has been kind of a weird character in the MCU this whole entire time. So, knowing that we're going to get more introduction to different types of Hulk, World War Hulk or whatever, World Hulk, is like a possibility now. Um, that that seems interesting. They've been playing a lot into the fact that he is going to be like a major thing in the movie, which is awesome. I I, I see no issue with that. The Hulk technically did start the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe as well, um, before Iron Man. But the main thing is a lot of Marvel trailers have been revealing really big things in preparation for another very large thing. Back when Spider-Man No Way Home came out, there was the big issue of the trailers not really showing anything, which is fine. But the trailers had editing mistakes of where the other two Spider-Men were gonna be, and it was just leaks of how obvious and how well known the fact was that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, their Spider-Men, were gonna be in that movie, and it was leaked and was kind of ruined for everyone. Well, here's the thing: when Deadpool came out, they said, "Hey, Wolverine's going to be in it." They did two things. They made the focus of the movie the fact that Wolverine was going to be in it. This Hugh Jackman's Wolverine was going to be in it. The second thing they did is they took the focus from, "Oh my God, let's try and leak everything about the movie," to, "Oh my God, wait, um, Wolverine's going to be in it. Hugh Jackman's in it. That's so cool." That's what they all focused on. So even the trailers focused uh, on Wolverine. But then all the cool things like Gambit, um, what's his name, Blade, all of them, that was kept hidden because everyone was already preoccupied by what they revealed with Wolverine. And I think this is gonna be the same thing. I think Red Hulk being like the keys being jingled in your face. Hey, hey, hey! Looky here. I think that is gonna be, you know, the distraction, and there has to be, not there has to be either, there's going to be something really big that we're not really expecting, um, that's actually been kept hidden, and it's not been leaked or anything. And again, the movie has been out, so some things are out there, so I could very easily be proven correct or wrong, but I still have an inkling of hope. Now, the public opinion about this movie was that it's going to be bad, and what I've heard so far, especially from like well-known reviewers like Soups, is that the movie is in fact not that good. The issue being, this movie went through production hell. It had reshoots multiple times, and apparently just doesn't have a consistent, cohesive story. Now, is that a big deal? Yes, it is, especially since it's Anthony Mackie's first Captain America movie. It needs to be a solid movie. The second issue being that this is the first Captain America movie without Steve Rogers in it, so it also needs to be strong in that fact. He has some very big shoes to fill that he somewhat fills in his The Falcon and the Winter Soldier show, but he needs to actually fill them and keep them filled in the whole movie. The third issue is there's not that many Marvel projects left before the new fucking Avengers movie. Nothing has been set up for Doom. None of the movies correlate with one another. The third issue is none of the movies are standalone movies anymore. We don't have like a movie that's dedicated to a character beyond this one, beyond the Captain America one. The next one is Thunderbolts, and then the one after that is Fantastic Four, and those are team movies. So we have a lot of moving parts instead of just one main character to focus on. So I think the main thing they need to hone in on in these next few movies is the new bad guy, which is Doom. They need to be able to set that up. The second thing is just making sure that there's enough connection for the new Avengers movie to actually make sense. Because the first Avengers movie came out when there was only 4 or 5 movies, and it was like the only movies there were Iron Man, the Hulk, if you count that, um, Thor, and Captain America, right? And then they made like a cohesive story from those movies. To me, I'm not sure what cohesive thing they can make based off of all the movies that have come out so far. There's so many different things going on at once now that think like especially this movie, where does this fit into the puzzle? What is the purpose of this movie? Um, Especially with the Avengers movie coming out right around the corner. Another thing, it like Avengers Age of Ultron excuse me, Avengers Age of Ultron really suffered from this because they didn't really have that many movies come out after the first Avengers movie, and they only had a few, and it didn't really make that much like of a cohesive story sense of like with Ultron being the bad guy. He was set up and dismantled in the same movie. Okay, that's not the issue. The issue is there wasn't actually any build up to it. It just happened. I'm afraid that the Avengers Doom movie is gonna suffer from the same thing, where it's just gonna he's gonna show up and leave in the same movie, but there's no build up to it. These movies need more of a build up. The reason why Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War did so well, in my opinion, and the reason I like them so much is because of the build up. All the movies finally came together. All these separate movies within their own bubble came together. Right now, we have movies that are overlapping bubbles of everything. Okay, we don't have small bubble movies anymore, and none of it is going like. I don't see how any of this can come together. Before we had an idea, this time we don't. This movie is the last. I guess Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts is going to be the last movie in this universe in the MCU 616, and that needs to be the Thor Ragnarok um, before the next Avengers movie, unless they somehow do it in the Fantastic Four. But Fantastic Four happens in a different multiverse, by my understanding. But yeah, I went on a really big tangent. This movie has a really critical role, I believe, and it needs to actually. I don't care if the movie, if all of the movie is good, or if the plot line of the movie is like 100%. I just need it to be a solid stepping stone forward, because so far we've been slipping up a little bit with the MCU at the very least. That's something DC needs to do with Superman as well. Their next movie, which is the rebooted Superman movie, needs to be a very strong, solid step forward. Uh, that's my basic take on it. The next time I talk about it, it's gonna be after the movie, and I'm gonna only talk about the movie, obviously, after having watched it. So keep an eye out on that.